Kia ora, Chrissy back again, and we are getting into the series finale of Better Call Saul.
Like, comment, and subscribe, please.
So it's been over a year since we started Better Call Saul, and we are finally at the end. We are at the last episode. I can't believe it. Last time we had Waterworks, we got some Kim. She had gone to Howard's ex-wife, Cheryl, and has basically, come forward about what kind of her part in Howard's disappearance, and, she admits murder. She has been honest in saying that there's probably nothing that's going to be able to be done about it unless Cheryl takes things, to a civil court. I mean, it's sad. The whole thing is sad, that nothing will ever come of it. But we left off with Jimmy is on the run. After being picked up by the cops, Jeff had called Jimmy, about, getting him out of jail. And Jimmy went to his mother, Marion, and she gets suspicious, very suspicious, and looks up, what did she say? She put in Albuquerque and con man or something like that, and up popped Saul. And yeah. I was so relieved that he didn't harm her, but she was able to notify the people on the other end of her life support tag, whatever it's called, and now Jimmy is fleeing for his life. So, fleeing for his life. It's not like they're going to kill him or anything. So, yeah, we're going to get into the last episode. Wow, I can't believe it. If you'd like the full-length reaction to this episode as well as all the others in the series and other shows as well, then you can go to my Patreon. The link will be down in the description box below. If you don't want to do that, that is fine. Just give me this video a like, a commenting, subscribing to my channel. Any of that will help as well. Okay? Let's do it. Okay. This is when they were in the desert, him and Mike. I hope that's real and not a mirage.
We're sitting on $7 million here, literally. I say we take it.
Well, we know that's not what happened.
You feeling right?
Has he got the sun madness? Desert madness?
Take $6 million and build a time machine.
Yeah, it's got madness.
Where would you go first, huh?
Sun?
March 17th, 1984. Day I took my first bribe.
Oh, the date must have been significant.
May 10, 1965. That's the day Warren Buffett took over at Berkshire Hathaway. Is there such a thing as a trillionaire?
That's it, honey.
What else?
Nothing you change.
I'm rested.
He's headed south towards Curtis.
Oh, please get him.
You guys were such good friends. I mean, yeah, he was kind of using you.
Victor, this is Saturn Aura. That is correct. Saturn Aura, Nebraska 6-4, Paul, Frank Tom.
It's you. He has to have some kind of contingency if anything, was to happen. Oh, they got the copter out. Yuck. Fuck.
Anybody home?
Shit.
Hands, now.
Oh my god, he got caught. I did not expect that. Who you gonna call? I was wondering if it was gonna be him.
So they finally caught you.
Listen, this is your lucky day. I am talking to Saul Goodman's new advisory council.
No matter who your lawyer is, you are screwed. Where do you see this ending?
With me on top, like always.
You gotta love that confidence.
RICO.
Not 5, not 10.
3.
Money laundering.
8 counts, 20 years each, 160 years, stat max.
Accessory after the fact to multiple murders.
Including 2 decorated federal officers, 15 years each. By our count, that's life plus...
190.
Life plus 190 years.
Listen, you've got Agent Schrader's widow back there. Why don't you invite her in?
Why?
Hank and Steve, the good guys.
Why do I feel like he's gonna make a joke or something?
And left in a hole in the desert. And you helped the two-faced, poisonous bastard behind it all.
The loss that you've suffered, it's unspeakable.
I'm worried.
You and he are victims. And so am I. 2 years ago, a man came into my office. He wanted one of my clients to lie under oath. He offered me money. I declined. That night, as I was leaving my office, I was attacked. 2 men threw a sack over my head. They hogtied me.
Wow.
And they drove me out into the desert. And when they pulled the hood off, I was kneeling in front of an open grave.
This did happen.
That was my introduction to Walter White. Yeah, I worked for him. I made a lot of money, but that's not why I did it. I did it because I knew what he would do to me if I refused.
It is true.
October 4th, 2009. They murdered 10 men inside.
They did.
So yeah, when it all blew up, I ran, but not from the police, from them. Walter White might be dead, but Jesse Pinkman and the others, they're still out there.
And you think jurors are gonna buy that?
It's like so true though.
All I need is one. Juries, right? You never can tell. It's a roll of the dice.
Here comes the soul.
You're not going to negotiate with this man. You're not.
So confident. Love it. You love to see it.
7.5 years.
It's better than
Let's
fucking
get this thing signed.
30.
And get the hell out of here.
During incarceration, defendant Goodman to receive 1 pint Bluebell mint chocolate chip ice cream every Friday for the duration.
Are you kidding? He's kidding.
Bluebell, mint chocolate chip.
That's it.
Hold on. I can oil everybody's locks.
No more games.
Now I got a sweetener. It's nothing I've talked about. New arena, primo stuff. Concerns a prominent Albuquerque attorney who disappeared.
You're talking about Howard Hamlin. That's your sweetener.
They already know because Kim.
Sounds like you and your ex aren't talking on a regular basis.
She spilled her guts about Howard Hamlin. On the record.
You got nothing left to sell. Let's get this in writing. Not a word changes.
He seemed genuinely surprised that she actually did that. So he is going to jail. I mean, I guess I'm glad that he is going to jail. Spend some time in jail at least. He did do a lot of bad shit. What? Is this when they were like in hiding at the end of Breaking Bad? Well, you know, near the end of Breaking Bad.
Hey, you're a scientist, right? So I have a question. What would you do if you had a time machine?
Meaningless question. Time machine. The kind of time travel that you're thinking of is a scientific impossibility. Are you kidding me? Quantum mechanics? We're discussing that now? Stay in your lane.
Wow.
You are talking about regrets. So if you want to ask about regrets, just ask about regrets and leave all this time traveling nonsense out of it.
Okay, regrets then.
When I was a graduate student, I started a company with some... At the time, I thought they were my friends. And at a certain point, I stepped away.
Mm-hmm.
But little did I understand that they were artfully maneuvering me into leaving my own creation.
It's grey matter, right?
Is it still around?
Oh, yes.
Is it successful?
Very.
How could you never tell me about this? We could have done something with this.
You'd have been the last lawyer I'd have gone to. So what about you?
None.
A slip and fall.
Yeah, that's how I put myself through bartending school.
So you were always like this?
Yeah. Ow, that kind of hurt. I mean, it's true though.
As soon as we land, I want you to tell the other side that I've got more to trade. Okay, I just remembered something that'll make their toes curl.
Okay.
What?
Anything that makes their toes curl is bound to jam Kim up if it involves her.
Oh, it involves her.
You give the government more, maybe they bring the hammer down. What more are you gonna get?
You don't understand. It's really good ice cream.
Oh, don't stitch Kim up. Oh, I mean, they gotta pay for what they did, right? In some way.
It's showtime.
I can't wait. This is gonna be a performance, isn't it?
2 years ago, a man came into my office. He said his name was Mayhew.
This again.
That night, as I was leaving my office, I was attacked. I was driven out into the desert, and when they pulled the hood off, I was kneeling in front of an open grave with a gun pointed. That was my introduction to Walter White. I was terrified, but not for long. That night, I saw opportunity. I shot it. Big money. My every waking moment was spent building Walter White's drug empire.
Hold on, Mr. Goodman, stop right there. You are contradicting your plea agreement's sworn factual basis.
No offense, Your Honor, but I think I know the law here better than you do.
Your Honor, we are satisfied for Mr. Goodman to continue.
Your Honor, I'd like to petition to withdraw from this case.
Denied.
Dang.
I lied to the government about Kim Wexler. I fed him a load of BS about her involvement in Howard Hamlin's murder. I just wanted her to come here today. I wanted her to hear this. Fact is, Walter White couldn't have done it without me. You got that? What happened to Howard Hamlin? I can't even. And my brother Chuck, Charles McGill. You may have known him. He was an incredible lawyer. He's the most brilliant guy I ever.
That shot reminds me a lot of that one shot in Chicanery, I think it was called.
When I saw a chance to hurt him, I took it. I got his malpractice insurance canceled. I took away the one thing he lived for, the law. After that, he killed himself. I'm not living with that.
Well, okay. Not what I thought.
But that thing with your brother, that wasn't even a crime.
It was.
Yeah, it
Mr.
was.
Goodman, sit down and stay seated.
The name's McGill. I'm James McGill.
It was not what I thought was going to happen. Oh, God. No, come on. Was that Chuck's voice?
You know I could hire someone to do this. I could get someone from the office.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, every day? While you're trying to start a practice? Why?
Because you're my brother. Duh. You do the same for me.
Well, you could stay for a while. We could talk.
I'm gonna take a pass on the heart-to-heart, Chuck.
If you don't like where you're heading, there's no shame in going back and changing your path.
Oh, when have you ever changed your path?
We always end up having the same conversation, don't we?
I'll see you tomorrow, Chuck.
Forgotten how those two interact with each other, you know.
Hey. Better Call Saul. Right?
McGill.
What?
I'm McGill.
Back here, yo.
Oh, God, there's a deep voice.
See? Told you. It's Better Call Saul.
All right. Better Call Saul.
What the fuck?
Better Call Saul.
It's not going to be as bad in prison as he thought it was going to be. It's pretty famous in there.
Thank you.
Does she not age? Did none of these people age?
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi. How did you...
Turns out my New Mexico bar card doesn't have an expiration date. You had him down to 7 years.
I like how the ember is colour.
86 years.
What did she say? 86.
86 years. With good behavior? Who knows?
Holy shit! I mean, I guess I knew that he would get more from the confession that he gave. No way. Is that it? Oh my God! He actually went to jail. I actually cannot believe that. And like a good stretch of jail too. I was happy, you know, with him doing the 7 years, but he actually went to jail for a good amount of time. A good amount of time. Was it 86 years? I can't believe that. I have to take these off because I've been wearing them for so long. My ears flippin' hurt. Owie. So I was worried that he was going to do something about, you know, implicating Kim and getting her even more trouble than she kind of already was. But he only did that to get her into the courthouse, basically. So, you know, she could see what he was going to do and that she could be there to witness that, yeah, him basically taking on all the blame for pretty much everything. Admitting, you know, to Chuck's suicide, which I think for me was the most cathartic thing. But him going all in and, you know, admitting to everything with Walt's drug empire. That was great. That was great. And he's right, you know, he wouldn't have been able to do a lot of the stuff that he did without Saul. And I guess that whole thing, that whole admission, you know, led to them dropping the 7-year sentencing to an 86-year sentence. Again, I am really surprised that he actually went to jail. I thought he was going to, honestly, I thought that the 7-year sentence was going to be what he had, and then, you know, would maybe go in the future a little bit and then see him getting out of jail. But no, he's not leaving that jail. And I give them props for actually doing that. That was really good. The whole, I wonder why. No, I guess I kind of understand why, because like they had Marie come in, which, God, it was sad to see her back again. You know, to be there as a victim, you know, on behalf of Hank. And I was thinking to myself, you know, well, how come Howard's widow isn't here as well? Because he was also a victim. But I guess because a lot of his case is still kind of open, you know, there's no body or anything like that, I guess it wasn't really needed. I liked seeing him kind of choke up about Howard, and I really did love seeing him choke up about Chuck. When we had that flashback with him and Chuck, it just, it really reminded me how their relationship was, you know. I'd forgotten it after all this time, how kind of passive aggressive Chuck is to him. I never know whether he's being genuine in what he's saying to Jimmy. Whether it really comes from a place where he actually cares because he loves his brother, or he cares because he doesn't want his brother to screw things up, because, you know, all his life he's kind of been a screw up. You know, something that he's held over Jimmy for, you know, for a long time. The whole series was great. I really enjoyed it. It was such a good run up to, you know, what happened before Breaking Bad. I absolutely adore Breaking Bad. Who would have known that such a great series would have come out of, you know, just one, you know, lone character, such as Saul Goodman out of Breaking Bad. They really did a great job. I'm still pissed that I was led astray, just by like 2 lines of dialogue in Breaking Bad, that Nacho could possibly have still been alive and that Lalo was still alive. But now that I think about it, I don't think what was the line with Ignacio? Was it, you know, it didn't implicate that Nacho was still alive, but he still mentioned the name. So I took that on as that Nacho was still alive. And I think the other one was, you know, did Lalo send you? Or something like that. That to me indicated that he was alive, but no. Lalo and Nacho, my 2 favourite, well, I shouldn't say, well, yeah, my 2, you know, my 2 favourite characters that I enjoyed drooling over, at least, didn't make it out of the series alive, and I'm still a little salty on that. But I had a great time watching it. Thank you to everyone that watched along with me. I don't know what we're going to watch next, but stick around to find out in the coming weeks. I'll probably take a break and then come in the week after. So we're going to leave it here for today. Thank you for joining with me. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we will see you in a couple of weeks. See ya.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. We'll see you next time.